Hello, Bingathon.
Welcome in for another Super Mario Sunshine Bingo playoff match. This is the quarterfinals of Division 4. And we've
Correct.
got Vipa 51 versus Darkman. I think this is either the I don't know if Vipa is the third or the fourth seed, but Darkman is the sixth seed, I believe. Or no, is the fifth seed. That's
Vipa
right.
was fourth. Vipa was fourth seed.
Okay.
Darkman was sixth seed. Or fifth seed, excuse me.
Yeah, and we have a regular lockout match. So first to 13 wins. We're going to get to see the card in just a second.
That's not what
Immediately, I see there's a fair number of blue skulls on here. Um,
Touch
you've
my
got
mic.
40, 70, and 80. You have 18 Serena, 15 Gelato, 23 Rico. You've also got 5 and 7 enemy blues.
5 links and
Potentially,
15 M graffitis. Holy shit. 20 from 2?
yeah, this is a very blues heavy card. Uh,
The Revenge of Blues, dude. It's like all
I know
season.
two
Level showing
matches in
progress.
one day.
And then today only. It's like, nope. Going back to season 2. Blues are super good.
Yeah, I mean, there's no secrets total. There's no hiddens total. There is 4 unique bosses. Um,
Right, like 4
there's
unique
12
boss
level
rematch.
shines,
Serena
but
hidden, Serena 4 hidden.
yeah, Serena's looking kind of strong. I mean, it'll set you back on level shines, but has some good gold on the card. Um,
Oh, see,
there's the 2 gelato
50-50.
hiddens and potentially 5 gelato shines, but um, that's not the greatest. 5 gelato shines is not the greatest goal in the world.
No, it does take away some value from Noki. You do get Wiggler and a unique boss out of it at least.
Oh, I missed that Wiggler's on the card too. So actually, gelato's
Not terrible. I
solid.
wouldn't call it great though.
No, I mean there's 100 coin in a secret, which could be done as one of 5 gelato shines in gelato 1, but that's a very slow 100 coin shine.
Yeah, 4 Noki, 2 PMC, 6 reds all suck. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
there's nothing in Pianta on this card other than potentially wanting to get blues. There's not a, I mean, Bianco is going to have some value for potentially 6 reds or maybe
I,
boss rematch, but
honestly, I
I
would
don't
say
think
just,
so.
in my opinion, I would do Bianca 2. Uh, with all 4 M's and then go to Rico. And do Rico, like through Rico 4.
Yeah, I think you're going to want to do one of the blooper fights as a boss
Like,
rematch here.
I mean, I guess there is reason to go into Bianca 3 for the enemy, but it's not fast, so it would probably, in my opinion, I would just do Bianca 2 with the 4 M's into Rico, so I could finish empathies, with Delfino, of course, into 5 enemies with Gelato 1, or Hidden, maybe, or something like that, and then get to Pinna, or go back to
Yeah,
Rico.
looking at Pinna on this card,
Right, because 5 links is also pretty important.
there's links, there's both bells. It does get, you've got a boss, you get some reds access, but even on this card, like Pinna's not super strong here.
No. It is better than Pianta, though, even with 5 links. Like, you can make an argument to World Tour 5 links, but at least Pent 1 gives you a boss instead of not.
Yeah, there's no 1 from each, 2 from 5 or 7.
to an enemy as well.
It's
Better.
yeah. There's pretty much no reason to go into Pianta on this card.
Unless you really need to dig for some blues for 80 totals.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Noki, you've got potentially the 16 Noki blues, 4 Noki shines. Noki's going to be useful for blue totals, but 4 Noki shines is going to be a late game goal. Yeah, this is obviously this is a lot of blues, but there's no world you're gonna want to go super deep in, but you're gonna want to get 2, 3, 4 shines in Rico, Gelato, Pinna, Serena.
Yeah, honestly, it's just like mostly Rico on this card with like a hint of Gelato and Serena, I would say. Pre 12 level shines click. Once 12 level shines click, though, it doesn't really matter, but I would, in my opinion, I think Bianco into Rico, into Gelato, into maybe just like Mecha into Manta is a really strong play.
Yeah, and I think
really win 12 level shines that way, but it's still really set up.
Yeah, I mean, I think both of them probably want to do Rico 1 through 4 because you can get 23 Rico blues faster than doing it in 1. You get 4 enemies for the 5 and 7 enemies goals. You open up a unique boss, or you open up a boss rematch, and then you potentially have Rico 6 as a red. Yeah, I mean, the one
the deep to just rush Rico 5, honestly, and not even do Bianco at the start and then go for Bianco afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, Bianco really the only real value to Bianco here is
M's and
a boss.
Which, you know what, I actually like Rico into Gelato into Mecha, and then you say Vorp out after Mecha into Bianco. I think I like that more.
Yeah, I actually think 15 M's on this card is potentially going to set you back to a lot of the Rico, and early Rico is just so strong here. We see them both unlocking Bianco
as you need to.
Yeah, it's the only start on this card.
Gotta do it to get to Rico and Gelato. And Serena. So,
yeah.
Unlock it.
Yeah, there's the other interesting thing here, right, is there's no Delfino blues, no Delfino shines. So like while some shine progress is good, it's really all going to be in levels.
Yeah. Bad instant ledge grab jump in the wrong direction. So neither player getting jail blue, Darkman up a little bit just because they didn't miss a hit and didn't go for jail blue.
Yeah, we'll see if either of them go into Bianco.
Bianco's not bad, but I do think that actually Rico is just a lot stronger. He just hard committed. But if they do go into Bianco, then they need, in my opinion, they should pick up all of the M's and even the link there and just only do Bianco 2 and then bail.
Yeah, because I think even you're going to have to go into Bianco at some point for 7 enemies, but you can do 5 with Rico 4 and the Gelato, the red Cataquack. Vipa's grabbing some blues, but
yeah, gonna get Delfino linked while Darkman jumps into Bianco.
Looks like Vipa's probably going to go in, but Darkman is skipping the M's.
Yeah, I think both players are just gonna make a safe start with like doing this and then maybe Bianco 3 with some blues into Rico, which is not... It's pretty safe, I would say, but also just like, in my opinion, looking at the card, Rico is just very strong if you can just power through it early.
Yeah, I mean,
forgo the ends.
You can get some relatively fast blues in Bianco, but I don't know. It seems to me like if you're going for 40 totals at least, you're going to want to get the M's in Bianco and Delfino, do Rico blues, and then do gelato blues. And not really commit to Bianco until later. Because it just doesn't have value independently of a total. So I know with the players, Vipa is faster, at least at any percent. I think also definitely has the higher elo.
Darkman pretty good at routing though, has experience
Yeah.
with routing a little bit more so than Vipa does.
Yeah, they played for seeding, I think 2 weeks ago. Vipa won a draft match, 13-10.
Very close.
Yeah.
Darkman up by about 10 seconds here.
Yeah, and I think if one of them enters Rico first, they're going to have a decent advantage to a whole lot of goals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like, I mean, I think 23-1 is cute if you want to commit with the M's for 15M for TDs, but I also think just playing Rico is better. Since it gives you access to...
yeah, I mean, if you do 23 in 3, you get to skip a lot of the slow ones in 1. Right, you grab the 2 over water blues, you grab enemies in 3, potentially you finish 23 in 4.
Both players are just running through into the secret.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the worst setup for later, because this opens up 2 quick reds you can do later, but... And it does open up both Bianco enemies. Oh.
Darkman taking a death.
Yeah. So now Vipa is going to have the lead into Rico if he wants it.
This is just interesting from both players doing the same exact thing, because in my opinion, like, if you're going to bother with doing Bianco 3 early, then you need to pick up the M's and the link. There's just, like, no other reason, unless you want to straight rush boss rematch in Bianco, which is just also really bizarre.
Yeah, I think the second PG fight is not a good call on this card. There's not 7 bluebirds. There's not a secret skull where Bianco 6 would be good. It's just a slow shine. And I mean, we see them both now going into the Rico unlock. So Vipa grabbing 1 Delfino M's, but really neither one's prioritizing 15 M's. I kind of think on this card that
this thing up for travel skip?
Yes, but fails it. Missed the hit, I think.
Yep.
I hope Vipa's just getting blues and exiting. Because I feel like... Ooh, and misses travel skip. I don't know, I just don't feel like Bianco 4 or Bianco 3R have any value right now. Other than potentially their fast level shines. But like, I think on this card, you really have to balance Blue's progress with the level shines.
Yeah, this is just weird. Okay. Vipa now doing blues.
Yeah, and Darkman, meanwhile, is picking up Rico Blues, so... Yeah, I think... I just don't know that a full Bianco Blues rush is the right call here at this point.
It is not, in my opinion. Also, I know it's just like, maybe I'm just taking this over too hard, but it's just like, if you're really gonna commit Bianco for blues, then just pick up the M's and go to Rico. Alright? Like, you get 4 in Bianco, you pick up the box M, buy Rico, and then you do 9 in Rico. If you really want it for blues. Right? There's 20, you want 23 in Rico, you want the enemies. So that puts you up to, almost 30 already, which you can just finish out the rest in Gelato after doing like Rico 3 or Rico 4. I don't understand.
Yeah, I mean, Vipa could have picked up
the
8 quick. Vipa could have picked up the 8 quick blues that really matter here, which are the linked pair, the 4 M's, and the 2 enemies. And that might have made some sense.
Yeah.
But some of these other blues are just kind of slow, and...
It's like a 20 in Bianca 4.
Yeah, I mean, it is. It's a 20 from 2 play, and I think for that, Gelato kind of has more sauce here, because you have both 23 Rico and 15 Gelato.
Yes. If Gelato 20 sucks, it's still better than Bianca 20 on this card.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's a goal. Yeah, and like Vipa didn't grab the rocket, so this is going to slow down a couple of these other blues. Vipa does know where all of them are, at least.
Meanwhile, Darkman continuing along with a ton of blues in Rico 1. Don't know if it's necessarily 23 in 1, but it's quite a bit.
Yeah, I'm getting some of the slower ones that you can skip if you're doing it later. Right, like you don't have to get the submarine blue.
Vipa only needs 2 more for 20 from Bianco. Darkman needs like 5 more or something for 20, and then 3 more on top of that for 23.
Yeah, so Darkman's going to be ahead to that. Darkman also going to be ahead to... I mean, at this rate, ahead to 5 and 7 enemies. Just by virtue of having a lead in Rico. Because you can't get either of those goals without at least getting
Darkman's ahead
Rico
to 5, but Vipa's ahead to 7.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because of Bianco.
But, I mean, Darkman can just go into Bianco 4 and pretty quickly pick up those 2 enemies. Or pick up the fast one and then go to Pinot.
Gelato, yeah.
Well, get the one in Gelato for 5 and then hop into Bianco later and finish it off in Pinot.
Oh, this is interesting. Well, Vipa finishing up Bianca 3 red, so first red coin of the game. They have 3 level shines. Which
yeah,
Darkman
has 2 unique bosses. They both are going to have 20 from one.
Missing that blue.
Yeah, Darkman, I think, had the Blues lead just by
Missing
virtue
that
of...
blue.
Yeah, the timing on both of these is a little... you have to know when to jump. Oh, I guess actually Darkman doesn't have 20 in Rico yet, but...
Nope. He's at like 17 right now.
Yeah.
So if Vipa does 23 in one, you can get 40 totals, 20 from two, later Rico Blues.
Yeah, I think Darkman, though, can just pick up the 3 enemies in Rico 3, and we'll have 23.
No.
So I think
they all have
Darkman...
20. They're at 7. They're at 20 right now, and 3 of them are
Oh,
Rico
okay.
Blues.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, my math is off.
So it's gonna be kind of interesting going forward here in Rico, see what each player does. I don't know if Vipa even knows 23 and 1, to be honest. I don't know if they know infinite wall kicks. Certainly is not the current route for 23 and 1 that I know of. So am I picking up? Might be picking up just enough.
Yeah, I mean, Vipa, I don't know if Vipa does 120. Not that infinites or something you do in that either. But at least, seems to know where the blues are, even if Vipa does not know the Romano-approved blue routes. Yeah, and I guess Darkman can pick up the rocket nozzle and grab some of the slower blues that they skipped, and that'll get 23.
It is true.
Vipa just, I think, barely got that link. That is probably the hardest linked blue coin to get in the game.
Yep. That one sucks.
Yeah.
Unfair. You're not even supposed to get it. The hover nozzle was supposed to get it with the turbo nozzle, which is even worse.
Yeah, I was practicing Rico Blues earlier this week and missed it a couple times, so if you bonk or if you don't water slide fast enough.
Okay, looks like Darkman is going to try and finish out 23 here in 3. Completely going over that
That
one.
would have been really cute if Darkman had hit it.
If they hit it, I would have kind of popped off, but it was definitely a dive in prey. Oh, no, doesn't look like it. Unless they're just going to avoid the shine. Okay, they have 21. Need 2 more, which...
Probably should have gotten the one on top of the lighthouse.
I mean, since you don't do, I don't know. I feel like you want to do gelato anyways, so I felt like you should just go into 4 and then do all that there in 4, and you can make an excuse to exit area and not finish the shine if you feel like it's there.
Yeah, I just feel like
23. Do they actually have 23?
No, Darkman, Mark 23.
Darkman?
Let me see.
Vipa marked it, and I'm almost positive they do not have 23 in Rico.
I think Darkman only got...
Darkman only has 21.
Did Darkman get the Rico entry M?
I don't have access to anything, but they don't have 23.
I don't think Darkman has 23. Do we want to call for a pause in Z menu?
Yeah.
Okay.
If you can.
Yeah.
And also send me sync, please.
Yeah, I will.
Because I'm pretty sure they had 2 Delfinos. Oh wait. No, they might actually have it. Wait, Vipa though. Vipa has it marked, but I don't think Vipa has it.
No, the colors are mixed up. That's Darkman.
Okay, if the colors are mixed up, then it might be Darkman, which Darkman might actually have it.
Yeah.
Because I think they entered with 2, which would make sense. So I think they had the M on the windmill and then the M on the box.
Yeah, Darkman doesn't have 23 then.
Wait,
Because Darkman
yeah, no,
picked up
they would have 22.
Link with 25.
Because they ended with 24 out of Rico.
I'm gonna. Yeah, I think we need to call for a pause.
Yeah, call for a pause if you can. Things are going on.
Yeah, I just put it in. Okay, Darkman just paused, and Vipa. I hope Vipa sees it. Okay.
Uh,
I'm gonna ask Darkman to Z menu.
okay. I would have asked him to jump into VC. That's fine too.
Oh yeah. Oh, fair. Is Darkman?
No, they do have it. I thought they entered with 2, but
So, I guess so. Darkman paused about 10 seconds before, so
it might be string delay. I don't know. They were also in the like shine animation, so
yeah, that's
kind of hard to
kind
of hard to pause there.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, Darkman asking, we want to check Rico Blues, so do you want to get them restarted?
Yeah, I'll just yeah.
I don't know if we can do a countdown once it's here, but yeah, better to be safe because that was definitely a race. Yeah, Darkman has a little. They probably both have a couple seconds stream delay, so hopefully that doesn't affect too much. But I'm glad we confirmed because I did not know for sure. Yeah, I guess. Oh, you know what? Vipa was the one who got the box M. Darkman just got the windmill M, I think.
Oh, I blame the colors. Colors are messing with me. Okay, well,
Yeah.
now we know.
Yeah, Darkman finishing off third unique boss here. Vipa grabbing some enemies. Vipa, this is going to be 5 enemies for Vipa, which is going to be kind of a nice steal.
Yes. Okay, Vipa needs 1 more blue. Which they'll get right here for 40 totals. They will also get 20 for 2.
Yeah, which is a nice goal to have. Because I think Vipa got 3 Delfino blues. So it's not quite at 20 from 2 yet.
Okay, so yep, that's 5 enemies. That's 40 from 2. Or 40 totals, excuse me. They got 3 Delfino coins, right?
Yeah, I think because Vipa got the links and box blue.
So they should have 20 from 2 now, with 43.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Darkman finished out Manta, so they have 3 unique bosses quite early.
Vipa going out and grabbing these far out M's, so he's probably going to go into Delfino and finish off. that
Yes, they should
Darkman.
have. Actually, no. If they get both of these, they should have 15. Because there's 9 here. They got the 1 in Delfino that counted, and then they got 4 in Bianco. So that's 15. Wait,
No, it's 14.
14. Math. They need 1 more in Delfino.
Yeah.
Okay, but they definitely have 20 from Dude by now at this point. Darkman traded in to 10, but they need to open up Gelato. They see that they lost 5 enemies, so they're like, dang, that sucks.
Yeah, the 40 click is also, I think, gotta be a little rough for Darkman. And if Darkman doesn't get Gelato Blues, I feel like that could be kind of rough. Because Darkman really cannot give up on the 70 and 80 blues totals, given just how many other blues goals there are on the card.
Yeah. Okay, Darkman entering Gelato. Vipa finishing up Rico 3, so they're at 6 level shines to Darkman's 5 right now.
6.
Does Darkman? Oh yeah, they did Manta. 6.
Yeah.
So 6 apiece.
Vipa is going to Gelato now, so... And Darkman is just doing the secret, so... This is
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
put Vipa in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, because Vipa can pick up the M here in Gelato for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised Darkman doesn't want 15 Gelato Blues. Because the secret here is not really much value, especially after you've already done Manta, right? You don't really want 2 Gelato hidden. Unless you're really aiming for Wiggler as your 4th union box, which would be interesting. But I also still think you should just pick up 15 Gelato Blues before that.
Yeah, I just think Pinna has too much value.
If you're gonna not do enemies.
With Lynx and a potential 7th enemy there, and you know, you're probably not going to go past Pinna 1 until later, but winning to Pinna 1 and doing Mecha as a boss is useful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't even know. Like, I kind of feel like the Serena play was maybe a little too early, and you maybe want to do it after you've done Gelato and Pinna here, because it'll be a 4th unique boss, but it doesn't really give you any blues, which, yeah, I mean, Vipa now grabbing these blues, Darkman just going to do Honey Skip and going to Pinna, and
Yeah, this fish plays control. Too close to the wall there.
yeah, I mean, I'm, you know, trying to look at the card and see how Darkman wins if Darkman doesn't win any of the other blues goals. And Darkman's got to win 12 level shines. Probably has to win both the Gelato and the Serena goals, which is hard because those are just kind of slow.
Yep.
Gonna have to go, I mean, you can't win this card totally with blues. Like, blues are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
They're pretty good.
They're 6 goals of the ones left. And if you're Vipa, especially, like, Vipa's going to want to do a Serena play because 18 Serena blues is good for 70 and 80 totals. It's also good to set up Serena hidden and Serena 4 hidden.
Yep, it's gonna be interesting from here. So at least Darkman is getting a level shine lead potentially.
Yeah, and Vipa's at 50 blues, 33 minutes in.
Let's see, Darkman can also win 5 links. Did they get the Delfino link?
I think, yes, Darkman got it after Rico.
Okay.
So if Darkman gets all 3 links, could win that. That's, you know, taking away 1 blues goal. I mean, I think once Vipa sees 4 unique bosses, I kind of feel like Vipa and 5 links. Is Vipa's best call to just go into Serena here? Or is it too early for that?
Go back to Rico, in my opinion.
Yeah, I guess get the boss rematch first.
7 enemies plus boss rematch plus level shines if you can.
Yeah.
Because these blues are costing a ton of time.
Yeah, because Pinna is just not going to have a lot of value to Vipa at this point.
Which, finally, Viper picking up the 15th M.
Hopefully clicks it soon. Not that Darkman is anywhere near it, because Darkman didn't pick up.
Like 7 in Water. There we go.
Yeah, there's the 5 links.
5 links. Makes sense.
Which is definitely Pinna on this card, because Pianta linked has no value here.
Not great. Darkman getting their 4th enemy. I believe they skipped the Cataclysmic Gelato. Even if they picked it up, it's their 5th enemy, so they'd still need to go back to Bianca at some point.
Yeah. You know, I guess Vipa taking 2 Gelato Hiddens here wouldn't be the worst thing either.
Yeah, in my opinion, 7 enemies is more crucial right now, based on how
Yeah, that's fair.
the game is gone. Vipa lining up for that bird and then just stamp spraying out of it, so...
Yeah, I
quite get that.
if Vipa doesn't need it for 15 Gelato, should just...
I mean, they don't necessarily need to go get the Tower Blue, but they're gonna wait for the bird.
Yeah. I just noticed Rasmus's NEM getters in the chat.
Oh, you're out of water.
Oh no. Go get the hover nozzle. You don't have to go all the way.
Tragic.
Oh wow.
Hello, goat.
Yeah, I mean at this point.
Alright, because Viper gets a double click here.
Yeah, and Vipa's up
And
pretty.
he's at 60 totals.
Yeah, Vipa's up to 70 and 80 totals. Z menus for our sake.
Yes.
We can click 15 Gelato.
Now I'm actually paying attention. I know what numbers are, but yeah, there's 15 Gelato. There's 4 unique bosses. Vipa does have 15 M graffitis with 4 out of Bianco, 1 in Delfino, 9 in Rico, probably, and 1 in Gelato.
Yeah,
I'm just going to assume.
I think Vipa is maybe thinks they need 1 more M or both M's, but does not.
There's that click. I don't know if they actually got all 9 in Rico. I was just assuming they did because I saw them go out for the.
They got the far out M's, so I'm pretty sure they got all of them.
I don't see why you would get 7 with those and not the others, but I don't know. Maybe just a small delay click. Better to have more than not enough and click it.
Yeah, Vipa's now going to go back to Gelato. Yeah, 2 Gelato Hiddens. Decent goal to take, I think.
Yeah.
Especially because Vipa is losing 12 level shines and clearly behind to the one other pinnacle that's on the card at this point.
Yeah, so it's 7 to
3.
Level shine.
Oh, level shine.
To, 9 right now? 7 to 9? So...
Vipa now rethinking.
What episode am I in? I'm in episode 1. Open Sandcastle. Yeah, I still would have liked the 7th enemy in boss rematch in Rico. Taking a death in Gelato 1 Reds.
Yeah.
Or Gelato 1, period, not 1 Reds. Or
Yeah,
Serena,
I think
honestly, since you see 4 uniques, so even trying to catch up in Serena progress while they're off doing God knows what, could be pretty good.
yeah, I mean Darkman is gonna want both bells, so he's gonna need to unlock Yoshi, and with that, I guess it's not the worst thing to do Pinafore now and get Yoshi, but if Vipa had gone into Serena, Darkman probably would have, or if Darkman would have lost the lead to the Serena goals, and like maybe that wouldn't have been the worst for Darkman, except Darkman really does need both of them, both Serena Hidden and Serena 4. I don't know that 18 Serena necessarily is one that Darkman needs, but
Yeah, there's a commitment.
at this point, Vipa is going to finish off 70 and 80 with either 16 Noki Blues, 18 Serena Blues. There's just a lot of options for Vipa to finish that off.
Let's see, it's 8 to 10 right now in level shines. Vipa was working on their 9th until they got a bonk.
Yeah,
And
I think the second bonk off still a little low on one of those sand blocks. Yeah, so what if you were in Darkman's position? What would you do after this unlock? Is Serena the play, especially after you see 2 Gelato Hiddens clicked?
I would say boss rematch and some enemies.
Yeah, that's fair.
Still. Darkman's at like 5 enemies right now, and they could pick up both of them in Bianco, and then just, I don't know, either commit to PD or go back and do Rico 4 and 5, but...
Yeah, I don't think you want to commit to PD. I think you maybe just grab a quick one in Bianco and then go grab the
because, I mean, it still gets you a red if you do
blooper.
Bianco. Which, Darkman has, like, a red right now, and so does Vipa. 2 Gelato Hidden.
Darkman has 2 reds.
Does Darkman have 2 reds?
Yeah, because Darkman did...
Oh, he only did pin 3.
That right?
Why
did I think Darkman... Oh, that's what I'm mixing up. Yeah, I knew one of them did a hidden. But yeah, Vipa now is gonna...
Yeah, Vipa has 2 reds. Gonna go back to Rico.
Should grab the 7th enemy here.
Yes. 7 enemies, no pin, that's good.
Yep. Which Vipa is doing.
This into boss rematch is really strong. Then at this point, Darkman, once they see 7 enemies and maybe boss rematch in time, depending on the clicks, should just probably commit Serena.
Yeah, is gonna grab the bell here while they've got Yoshi, which...
Yep, they need both bells, so... They're sitting at, like, 11, I think, level shines, so they just need to do Serena 2. While Vipa's at 9 right now. So there's 7 enemies.
Yeah, I mean, Darkman definitely needs to win 12 level shines, but I think as long as Darkman gets both of these bells pretty quickly, and goes into stun level, it'll be okay.
Yeah,
but
in the water.
Yeah, that's gonna cost some time.
Vipa basically has almost 70 totals with just Bianco, Rico, Gelato, and a little bit of Delfino, which is pretty funny.
Darkman doesn't realize that he lost Yoshi.
Oh, he just like clipped through the thing too. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yoshi not up here. You dipped him in the water. Gotta go get him again, unfortunately. Unless he's not down there, which at that point, I don't know where you ditched Yoshi, but... Okay, yeah, no, Yoshi.
Yeah.
Vipa taking a death, Enrico 4.
At least Yoshi's a little easier to unlock here.
Yes, because he's not on the greenhouse.
Oh, another...
Fourth death. I think they're pretty close to game over.
No.
Oh, no. Okay.
Vipa has grabbed a couple lives here and there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm trying to think level shines. Darkman did 2 in Bianco, 3 in Rico, 1 in Gelato, and 4 in Pinna.
Yep.
Darkman, and 1 in Serena, so that's 11.
Yep.
Yeah, so...
Vipa working on their 10th right now. Darkman are going to go to Bianco 4. This is a pretty quick one. And it is another red at least.
Yeah. Still has a slight lead in Serena here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is 12 level shines for Darkman, which is a goal they cannot lose.
Vipa working on their 11th right now.
Yeah, despite really stopping for blues, Vipa just, and frankly having a lot of devs, Vipa is not
honestly, the devs
that
might
far behind.
Might have changed it.
Yeah, but Vipa's gonna get boss rematch, and then
Red's now tied at 2 apiece for 6 red coins. The level shine is now clipped by Darkman, so that's off the board. Don't count that anymore. Darkman, yeah, I should finish both bells and then
maybe get Noki.
Or even
first.
like honestly just do turn a 2 and 3 and then do the bell into Noki or something. Alright.
Yeah, like, losing the 6. I think 16 Noki blues is one Darkman is gonna want to win. With I don't even know though if Darkman actually has much of a shine lead here.
Let's see. Viper's at 12 with 6 trades. Oh my god.
Yeah, they have 18 with trades, both of them. Vipa does have to unlock Pinna. But Darkman is still slightly ahead. But yeah, I mean, winning 16 Noki blues for Vipa is going to be 3 clicks. But Vipa is now making the Serena play, which this could hurt. Just because it's going to take a lot of time, and as long as like it's tough because I kind of think Darkman should just do 2 and 2R and not do 3 and 4 here yet.
Oh, getting flipped off the block, taking a bonk halfway through. Vipa going straight for the Nokis here. Grab these 2.
Yeah, definitely wants 18 Serena. Modest Tomato's favorite goal.
Yeah, both bells is definitely not anywhere in worry right now since 7 enemies got clicked only just a little bit ago. You can, even if that was Pinna, which it wasn't, you can safely assume you got like 4 or 5 minutes before both bells is in danger.
Yeah, Darkman doesn't have to worry too much about doing left bell quite yet.
Can do that. You can do that after Turn 2R and then go to Noki or something like that. As for Vipa, I don't mind Serena 1 by itself, though I wish he had 1 more blue so he could get 70 totals here. Oh, I saw that comment from a mile away at it.
That's the worst place to die in Serena, too, because the long secret. I also just noticed that Darkman is playing French, which you do not see a lot.
Gotta represent. But yeah, I don't like. It's not great for Vipa to be doing Serena now after this play.
Oh no!
Another death. That's their third in Serena 2. They are on 0 lives now.
Thankfully, we know Darkman has a memory card, so Darkman should save.
Or just
Darkman
here, but
I would have saved, but maybe I'm overly cautious.
What was I? Oh yes. So this round of 1 play, it's like not the best after you've done the Rico play first, in my opinion. Especially with 4 uniques, you know, got clicked a while ago. They could be in Serena. I think it's fine if they had 1 more blue. So they could have gone all 3 here. It would have gotten 70 totals, and then just like, you know, have that Serena 1 done in case.
Oh no!
It becomes necessary, but with the amount of deaths Darkman's taking, that this Serena race might become closer than it needs to be, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Darkman's still not saving. Just confident they will not die to these twos.
Yeah, just do it, Darkman. You really do not want to lose all that progress since you save warped.
Right,
especially with how much trouble you had with Right Bell.
Yeah, basically just a right bell and a Yoshi unlock. And time spent in Serena 2. So both players are even, I think, on the amount of deaths. Might be like 4 to 3 or something like that.
I think Darkman's have been more costly just because Serena 2 deaths are gonna take a lot more time out, just because it's such a long secret. Okay.
Finally claiming the shine. Might consider doing left bell now because of all those deaths, or just might not care and just commit to the Serena 2R, since nothing's gotten clicked since boss rematch, which was about 5 minutes ago-ish. So yeah, they're just gonna commit it. Continue to Serena, as is Vipa, who doesn't really know where Darkman is other than 12 level shines being clicked a little bit ago, and then 4 unique getting clicked a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, Darkman's clicks don't give a ton of info, other than the 23 Rico. I mean, 5 links and 4 uniques is probably telling you Pinna, but...
Yeah, that was like an instant hover. Weird. Yeah, Vipa done with it. Should go open Pinna.
I think was thinking about it, but wants to grab 1 more blue, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe go to Gelato. Gelato's also not the worst play for Vipa, in my opinion, if they do 5 here. With Wiggler, right? Because then
they just can't afford to lose 5. Like,
the Noki value just becomes shot in the foot without the blues there. So
that's fair.
Which,
but...
I mean, more than anything, it hurts Vipa losing it than Darkman, since they're committing Serena.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, it looks like Serena 4 and 4R versus, and then Noki Blues versus Gelato 2 and 3, which Vipa may win, despite Gelato 2 being a pretty slow shine. Just the time it takes to get 16 Gelato Blues is...
And this is where better. This would have been better than Manta, anyways, in my opinion.
For Vipa, yeah.
For Vipa, yeah. Since
yeah, I think
like not really in your way of your route. Like, you can win without the 18 Serena and the Serena 2, like the 2 Serena goals there.
Yeah, I think especially 4 unique bosses without Wiggler certainly means that they've gone into Manta.
Yep. Yeah, Darkman really needs 16 Nogi Blues, and I know when you're down, it feels like you want to try and double up your clicks as efficiently as possible, but I think they should have just done Serena 2R and then rush Noki.
and then just leave the rest of Serena as a bait, or just leave it ransom for a while you go work on like the Noki stuff, and then like I don't know, 50 from 2, 6 reds, like that. All that stuff's pretty important.
Yeah, like if Darkman right now goes and gets 16 Noki blues, I mean, it'll be close. Like Vipa may still win 5 gelato shines.
Yeah, because Whaler is about a minute and a half ish.
Yeah,
Oh
but
no,
this is
300.
just
Yeah, that's really
yeah. Yeah, so
Yeah,
Vipa's gonna get 2 pretty good clicks, also 70.
There's the 70th coin.
And
Very
it's
nice.
yeah, I mean Vipa's win con here is Wiggler, 5 gelato shines, 80, and can do
50 from 2,
115
6 red.
Delfino, can do
Yeah,
4 Noki shines. Has a lot of options.
Yeah. 100's in a secret. Honestly, he's not too far away from 2 Piantissimos either, which would be a
yeah. Honestly, like yeah.
Right,
I mean, honestly,
you have to sit
Sandberg.
through Sandberg, which sucks, but you do Piantissimo, you go to Pianta, you pick up 10 blues there. You're so far in the way for blues right now, it's unbelievable. And
Yeah,
then,
like that actually is probably the right play. Because nothing Darkman has done suggests any Piantissimo progress.
Yeah, and Darkman hasn't really flicked blues too much since 23 Rico and 5 Link, so you just won 70 totals, so like I would feel pretty safe about pushing off 80 totals for 2 gelato shines that kind of suck and are slow.
Could even grab the 4 Sandberg blues if you're feeling risky.
Since those don't really lose too much time anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it's an auto-scroller. They lose no time. Unless Vipa knows Turbo Bird, which would be hype to watch. But
yeah, I don't think they do. Okay, so Serena 4 hidden, 1 Serena hidden marked off for Darkman, Wiggler Shine.
And there's the Wiggler.
5 gelato shines marked off for Vipa, making it 11-6 in this game 1 of a lockout.
Yeah, and we'll see how Vipa decides to close this out.
I don't know if Vipa will see this 2 Piantissimos play. But if they do, that would be hype. Okay. No. They could also just go to Pianta first, which wouldn't be bad to finish out blues if they're worried about it, but they also just do 4 Noki shines once they trade in.
No, not even doing that.
Well, they need to trade in.
Oh, need to trade in, right.
Darkman gonna go finish out both bells. Which you still also realistically could have pushed off with Wiggler and 5 gelato shines click, but now if this becomes a 4 Noki race, it's gonna be kind of painful for Darkman.
But Darkman, I think, is focusing reds. 6 reds.
Too much to defend when you're down 11-7.
Are we gonna see? No, Vipa will just do.
Vipa didn't
Vipa still needs to unlock Pinna. Yeah.
I
57 minutes in.
No, actually, honey seems fine. That was an option to save 10 seconds. Darkman has 3 reds. Pinna 3. Yeah, Pinna 3, Bianca 4, Serena 4 are.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think definitely Darkman not trying to contest 70 and 80 blues, I think hurt.
That, but also losing 16 Noki blues, which is pretty would have been pretty important, since then you can have a leg up in 4 Noki Shines, 50 from 2, potentially. 2 Piantissimos.
Yeah, those Serena 2 deaths were really costly, unfortunately.
Vipa should do Noki 5 and Gelato 5 as 2 Piantissimos. Getting annihilated by these goop balls twice in a row.
Yeah, I mean, Darkman now going to try and win 18 Serena.
Serena 2R maybe?
Or Serena 2R.
Nope, Serena 4.
No, this... I think probably could have gotten all those blues in Serena 5 too, but...
Serena 5 is a little bit easier since you get an extra blue, but...
Yeah. You can get 18 either way. So...
I have no idea how many Darkman has, but...
So Darkman got a 3 in Serena 1.
Nope. Because they just went and got the ocean.
Two of them in Serena 1.
Okay.
I don't know if Darkman got the sign. I don't think Darkman got any inside the hotel.
They didn't get the sign, then... As long as they get all of them out here, then they can afford 2 anywhere. As long as they, 7 out here, which they got basically all.
Yeah, because there are 20 blues you can get for Serena 4, I think.
Correct.
Also going
back to the sign.
Yeah.
Right, finishing up Noki 1, now in Noki 2 with the evil poison water.
We have seen a few deaths to the Noki 2 water, but I think Vipa's okay.
Is this Noki 2?
I don't know, but Vipa's gonna do Goldbird and get some blues and...
Interesting, re-enter 1. I mean, I guess you don't get to deal with poison water and you can just do Noki. 4 from Noki with 80 totals. Faster than Eel.
Oh yeah, it is Noki 1 because the boat was there. Which if you're gonna get blues, I think...
Okay, Darkman should only be doing 50 here because he can't even get hundreds in secret ends, right?
Yeah, this is definitely 50. Unless, oh god, if Darkman is gonna try and do this in the secret, that's gonna be really rough. 'Cause Serena 2 and 4 are some of the secrets that you cannot, but there are no yellow coins in at all. But I think, yeah, this is just a 50.
Vipa needs 1 more blue for 80 totals. Gonna shoot down the bird. Can probably just pick up the vase and Noki 2. Or just climb down the mountain here and pick one up, but yeah. Just gonna push it off to Noki 2, which is fine. Darkman with 12 coins in Serena needs to find 6 more, or at least 4 in the hotel, and there's 2 in the casino. Which is why this would have been better in 5, since you get 3 in the casino.
Yeah, and Vipa just needs to do 2 pretty quick shines to close this out. Noki 2 and 3 are relatively fast, so... Yeah, I mean, Vipa had a really good plan, and I think Like they both had a lot of deaths. Darkman's just ended up being, I think, a lot more costly because they were. Serenity was just a lot if you die there.
Yeah, deaths didn't help either player. Darkman overcommitting Serena as well didn't help. And Vipa failing Serena whatever's was actually a blessing in disguise because it just pushed them off to Gelato, which was better for them anyways.
Yeah, definitely. I think Vipa lucked out. Although, I mean, Vipa probably still would have lost because Darkman did figure things out. But yeah, I mean, it.
Vipa could have stolen Serena Hidden because Darkman
Yeah,
went
it
to
could have
Sprint
done
4.
2R.
So that could have been something that happened, but ultimately, I think Vipa was in a much better position to win with just all the blues, anyways.
Yeah,
Also
I
has,
think that was really
has
just.
got two singles.
I mean, at the start we thought Vipa going for Bianco Blues was a mistake, but it did win 40, and that dissuaded Darkman from going for any blues later.
Yep. 18 Serena clicked off, and 4 Noki clicked off. That is GG.
GG. So we'll see if they want to come in for an interview.
Yep, Vipa taking game 1, 13-8 in regular lockout. Pretty convincing win. Just, some overpowering blues again on a card. And some deaths and some overcommitment in Serena. Darkman plays in French to represent. Has pride in that flag displayed on stream.
Yeah, hey, you can't hate on that.
Welcome, Vipa. GG's on your match and your victory.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Don't know if Darkman is joining. They may not. Question mark.
Yeah, not sure, but
No, there they are. GG's on the match, Darkman.
GG's Darkman.
So yeah, blues were pretty good.
Yeah, too good for me. Vipa is way too fast for me to contest blues. I just maybe just get linked by chance maybe. But yeah, for the rest it was too hard for me to contest blues.
Yeah, ultimately not not continuing to pick up blues, and then the committing Serena was ultimately what costed the match. Both players had quite a number of deaths. Darkman's were probably ultimately worse in the long run since
Serena too.
they died at the end of Serena 2 a few too many times. But
yeah, I got the sand ate me A press twice.
yeah,
That's
just
pretty terrible.
yeah, sandblocks are kind of a scam.
Yeah, I agree.
Vipa,
Did you
Vipa, you basically started like 20 in Bianco. Were you intending on doing that the entire time, or would you have considered starting 23 in Rico into Bianco Blues, or?
Now that I think about it, rushing Rico would have probably been the better choice, but I did plan on 20 Bianco Blues from the start.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I guess it gets you to 40 totals faster than 15 in Gelato would.
Mm-hmm. That's why
yeah, I'm curious. I'm curious for Darkman. Did the 40 total clicks kind of scare you away from doing other blues goals, like
Yeah.
15 gelato?
At least total blues, and yeah, At some point, I was thinking he could snipe me on Gelato Blues, so I prefer to focus on progression. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I should maybe do 15 blues. I could have done 50 blues in
I
Gelato
think
1.
you had like a 30 to 40-second lead in gelato, maybe even more than that. I don't remember how much it was, but you definitely were first in gelato and you had enough time to have a comfortable lead to do 15 gelato blues. But ended up not going that way. Um, there was a moment in the match where it was like complete a boss rematch and 7 enemy blues were both really strong goals for either player. Um, and Vipa ended up going back to Rico to get those. So that worked out for them quite well. Didn't win level shines, but that's okay because it didn't end up mattering for Vipa. Uh, Vipa, were you planning on trying to do Serena 2R when you were doing the Serena whatevers, or were you trying to
Yeah, I was
do like
gonna.
Serena
So
18?
I was assuming from the 12 level shines click that Darkman was way ahead to Serena. Like I
Hmm.
had finished Pin
Not
1
that
and that was it.
not that much. When I click 12 levels, I've only done Serena 1. I was going to do Serena 2.
Ah, but I
But you
knew.
also had Yoshi, so that
Mhm.
helps.
Yeah, yeah, unlock Yoshi for the boss bell.
So I thought that if I could get my Serena whenever's down, I could maybe snipe him to a one Serena hidden.
Which you would have, considering Darkman went for the double click of Serena 4 hidden and one Serena hidden instead of doing Serena 2R. But didn't quite nail the second set of whenever, so he ended up bailing to go to Gelato, which was also a really good play to finish out 5 Gelato Shines and Wiggler, which blocked out the 16 Noki Blues, which 16 Noki Blues was going to be pretty important for Darkman in order to
Yeah.
like stay in the game. And yeah,
And
neither
some
player ended up
yeah,
going to Noki until the end.
at some point I was also seeking to do 5 gelato, maybe
Mm.
for progression for raids and maybe for Piantissimo if I need to do this goal as well. So but yeah,
I wasn't sure how much gelato progress you had, but I intuited that you had three
gelato 1.
shines rushing Rico, and you had like probably 3 or 4 from Rico, 4 from
3 from Rico
yeah,
and 2 from Bianco. At the beginning at least.
I see. Also was your fourth boss.
Mecha.
Okay.
The third one was Manta.
Okay, got
Yeah,
it.
they went from Rico to Manta and then to Gelato to Mecha, which was an interesting route. I liked it enough. Since it sets you ahead a little bit early for Serena, which is nice on this card with Serena hidden, Serena 4, 18 Serena.
It
But
was pretty strange
yeah,
card because you have like no hiddens, no secrets, like classic goals you see
yeah,
almost
like
any.
6 reds by itself sucks without other hiddens and
Yeah,
reds goals.
the only hiddens you have was 2 gelatos and Serena.
Yeah,
You,
Serena, which are
you
like
don't have
great.
goals like 5 secrets, 3 hiddens.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
those,
was a weird card.
yeah, a lot of blues. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
true.
always making their
How many
revenge.
blue goals? 2.
After being not good all season, they are now good. Um,
There are 11 Blues goals.
Yeah,
So it was a lot.
yeah,
yeah,
10 if
that's
you
yeah.
it's 10 if you exclude the 5 gelato shines, but yeah, 11 out of 25. That's
Oh,
a lot of that's very impressive.
okay. Yeah, for Darkman, we were thinking that you should have done like Serena 2 Reds into like Noki 16. That gets you a lead for 4 Noki Shines, 2 Piantissimos. You can pick up 50 coins in Noki 2 quite easily.
I should have
Uh,
worked on 50 yellow earlier
something like
with
that.
like
Yeah.
Bianco maybe.
Were you afraid of Serena 4 and Serena Hidden being clicked off when you went for Serena, or was it just
Uh,
like a
I
I
was
I feel like I
thinking
need to do something?
I was thinking I was ahead to Serena. So
Which
yeah,
you were, yeah.
but yeah, it should have be good to do Serena 2 first for a red coin production at least.
Yeah, and then you can just hold Serena 4 hidden and 18 Serena Blues ransom because Vipe at that point just went back to Gelato, so they still would have had to do Serena whenever.
Yeah, I should have.
Serena whenever's to get to 4
Yeah,
that far, so. And then it
It's
becomes like a
it's
Noki
a
Lich.
tough call,
I
but
would, yeah, I could have made better call for this card, but yeah, I think like Vipa is faster than me for blues routing, so if I just choose to rush blues and getting sniped on every goal, it would
Yeah,
be
it's
worse.
rough.
Yeah.
So yeah, trying to counterplay it with level shine is definitely understandable. The last question I have, Vipa, did you? I mean, you ended with 4 Noki and 80 totals, which is definitely probably like the standard way to end that match after 11 goals. Did you ever consider doing something like 2 Piantissimos and 80 totals with Gelato 5 and Piana 2? Since it's the
Didn't know
same
I
amount
had
of shines.
progress towards there's one Piantissimo and Pianta, which is easy to get. And I knew I was
Yeah,
ahead in Gelato, but Sandbird kind of scared me off. So
yeah, that makes sense since it is
if I
a
got sniped to one of those 2 goals, I would have maybe done Eel and then the Noki 5
yeah.
Piantissimo.
Yeah, Noki was definitely safer, but 2 Piantissimos would have been hype for the chat, as
yes.
they say.
To be fair, Sandbird, if you are not practiced, is a tough shine. So
Mm-hmm.
I get
Very
not
easy to
wanting to
lose
go for
timely.
it.
But yeah, Vipa taking game 1, 13-8 in lockout. Don't know if game 2 and 3 have been scheduled yet, but I'm sure they will
Yeah, yeah,
happen
yeah.
at some point in the
Game
following few
2
days.
is tomorrow at 12:13 p.m.
Sounds great.
Tomorrow
So
at 12:30
with
Eastern.
Invasion, and the game 3, if you need, the same day at 2 p.m. So just after, if we need to.
Okay, so they will be the first matches coming up tomorrow. Uh, yeah, I think Floha has an announcement, and then we will be done for the night.
Yeah. Bunch of other matches going on tomorrow. I'm pretty hype. Uh, yeah, that's all I have. That's all for today. Thank you all for watching. I'm gonna be showing the trailer for Bingathon Winter again because why not? And then we're gonna be rating Libre. Peace out.
On November 26th, the next part of the saga begins. For 3 days and nights, we take the high ground. For 3 days and nights, we ask you, are you not entertained?
Alright, say it with me now. We
have successfully hit $2,000 raised for Fred Hunt.
You are funding the next big idea.
For 3 days and nights, we are in GoFund Winter 2021.